Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're watching Lost. This is the 4th episode of the 4th season. Hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. If you'd like to watch today's full episode, it is available for free in a link in the description below. Just click on it, put the password in, and enjoy. So last episode we had a very interesting Saeed backstory. Or future story, should I say. I keep saying backstory, but it was something that occurred after obviously being on the island and escaping, rescued, whatever you want to call it. And he's actually working for Ben. How's that actually happened? Who knows? But basically, he was on a mission. He had to try and go and kill somebody. And, you know, he met a woman in a coffee shop. They went on a few days. He was trying to linger for ages. He was waiting for this perfect bit of information to be released where her boss would be so he could go and actually do the kill. We don't know who that is. We don't know why they're being targeted. But we do know that she was playing him as well. And in an interesting twist, you know, in the turn of events, basically when he was trying to tell her that she had to go and get away as far away from, you know, this location as possible because Saeed was going to go and do the business, she turned around and she shot Saeed, mate. Very interesting. Then she got on the phone. She was like, yep, he had no idea, mate. And then Saeed ended up turning a gun on her, double shot, killed her. You know, he's very upset. It seemed like he was getting kind of a bit of emotional attachment towards her, to be honest, because when he went to Ben at the very end to get stitched up, you know, Ben was kind of mocking him that he made an emotional connection. But I was also saying that basically I've got another name on the list that I need you to go down and kill. And basically, you know, Saeed said, well, they know that we're going to be coming now. And he's like, good. I can't wait, mate. And that's how the episode ended. So that was very interesting. We seen in the present, or whatever you want to call it, on the island, Saeed actually went and got Charlotte, who was obviously taken by Locke. And he done a trade with one of the guys that had actually come to the island with. You know, the one that can kind of speak to the dead people. And basically, he give him them. He's took Charlotte. He's gone all the way back to the helicopter, shown the pilot that she's actually okay. You know what I mean? Like, he basically said that he would return her, no harm, all safe. And if that happened, then he would earn a spot on the helicopter to go to the boat, obviously the freighter in the sea. And they stuck to that deal. They agreed it. She stayed on the island with Daniel. They said that they still got work to do. Interesting to see what that actually is, apart from extracting obviously Ben from the island. Have they got other things that they got going on as well? Because he did get a rocket get sent from the freighter, and it caught him, and he opened it, and one was like 2:30, one was like 3 p.m. It was like there was 30-minute difference between the times, and it didn't actually land when she said it was. She was like 10 yards, 5 yards, it's down. He's like, it's not. And then it come a couple minutes later. So I don't know what the difference is there, why it's lagging. It's going to be interesting to see what's happening. And, you know, like I said, mate, I want to see him get on this boat, see if he can find out who, you know, Ben's actual spy is, you know what I mean, mole. But if not, no worries. I don't want it to be the end of Saeed this season. That's all I can say. But it's exciting stuff that's going on, and I can't wait to find out more. Thanks for checking out today's episode. If you do enjoy it, please smash a like, really helps out. Subscribe if you do. And as always, let's jump into today's episode. In Ben's house, a basement like this, I don't even know.
These are the last 2 eggs.
From my own bookshelf.
Help you pass the time.
Where are you keeping your other prisoner? Miles, is it? Oh, you don't want to share.
Actually, I was hoping you would share, Ben. Seeing as you claim to have a spy on his ship.
Couldn't find the cabin. You can't make contact with Jacob. You're so desperate to figure out what to do next. You're even asking me for help.
I know what you're trying to do.
Trying to get in his head. He's good at it.
Excellent, John. You're evolving.
Done with your breakfast?
Why does he do that every time? It's so annoying. It actually is. He done that last time as well.
Kind of weird, ain't it? Sitting on porches, drinking coffee out of mugs. So after I kick out Hugo...
I'm not moving in with you, James.
Then why did you stay?
That's none of your business.
Well, if you're spying for Jack...
I'm not spying for anyone.
So why don't you tell me
Because
what...
I don't trust you. Go home.
Oh, a Kate backstory maybe again?
Is there a back entrance?
Yeah, but you're going in the front door with your head held high.
I know that she's going to court probably, but celebrities are like this on a daily basis.
Catherine Ann Austin, charged with fraud, arson, assault on a federal officer, assault with a deadly weapon, and murder in the first degree. How do you plead?
Not guilty.
You're hereby remanded into federal custody for the duration of your trial.
Your Honor,
Bailiff, please take the defendant into custody.
Well, she should be in handcuffs though, shouldn't she? It looks like she might have possibly got away. Imagine if she ran away, do you know what I mean? And she was scared of getting caught when she spoke to Jack. Who knows, mate? But you know, sometimes court cases can last like 12 months, can't they? They can go on for a long time. And I was wondering, right, just pretend that she goes through all this and she gets put, because basically that means that she's inside now. She goes in jail, doesn't she, for the duration. If it lasts 1 year, 1 year, 2 years, 2 years, 1 month, 1 month. Do you know what I'm saying? But like, if at the end of it, it turns out that she's innocent and, do you know what I mean, she doesn't get sent down, does she get some sort of compensation for that? Do you know what I'm saying? Because somebody could say, I've gone and murdered someone, like me now in real life, I've murdered someone. And I said, no, I haven't. And they're like, well, we're going to reprimand you. We're going to keep you until we find out. And then if I got put in jail for 1 year and then it turns out I was innocent, because I am, do you know what I mean? Like, I would want some sort of compensation for that. You know, reputation destroyed, mental state, you know, how I'm living compared to, do you know what I mean, living in a house now compared to being in a cell. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's loads of factors that are taking place.
뉴욕.
Too many people. 서울이 어때서요?
자기야, 이제 우리는 이 섬을 곧 떠날 텐데. I learn English for you.
글쎄, 나는 내 애기는 내가 자란 한국에서 키우고 싶어.
우리 애기.
Their helicopter already took Saeed and Desmond back to their freighter.
Oh, I didn't see Desmond get on it.
Get all of us off this island.
I want to talk to Miles. Where are you keeping him?
No.
And what gives you the right to decide whether or not...
You may think this is a democracy, Kate, because of the way Jack ran things, but this is not a democracy.
Hey, Hurley. You bringing that to Miles?
Yeah.
Yeah, Locke asked me to do it.
That dude keeps me out.
He's still in the rec room, right?
No, I moved him to the boathouse.
I knows it.
Scooby-Dooed me, didn't you?
He reminds you of Hagrid, you know, when Harry and that chick get things from...
I promise.
So the Arab traded you too, huh?
Do you know who I am?
I'll tell you what you want to know, but you got to do something for me first. What I want is 1 minute of someone's time.
Who?
Who do you think?
It'd be pretty much impossible for to extract Ben from that location, isn't it? You know what's interesting is, if you look at it from, from his perspective, when he cut a deal with Jack yesterday, Jack had to give him the phone first, and then he done his bit, and then they gave him that. And this time, Kate has to do it again. Like, on both occasions, he's cut a deal with someone. Someone's had to do the action first before he reveals his information.
The DA's decided to try this case herself, which means they're going to do the full court press. And we need to start talking about cutting a deal. She'll take a 15-year sentence, and you serve 7. Go to trial, Kate. You're looking at 20 years on each count, not to mention a life sentence on the murder charge.
Put me on the stand.
Want to take a chance with the DA crossing you? No.
Yeah, see, we've got one shot at this. We make it about character. Not about what you did or didn't do, but about who you are.
All right, you want to make this about me, about my character? Fine. You are not using my son.
My son? Okay. What is it Sawyer saying? Imagine.
What if Locke was right? What if these people are here to hurt us?
Locke has no idea what he's doing.
So when Kate was talking to Jack in the first episode, she was talking about going back to her son.
Oh, can you get Aaron for me?
Not very good with babies. Here, I got him.
The last thing I ever thought I'd be good at is being a mum.
Oh, that's true, innit? And maybe give Kate a bit of
You
hope.
should try it sometime.
The defense calls Dr. Jack Shepard to the witness stand.
Your Honor, I'd like to renew my objection to this witness on the basis of relevance.
And I'm going to renew my overruling of your objection.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes. On September 22nd, 2004, Kate, Miss Austin, and I were both passengers on Oceanic Flight 815.
Are you aware that Miss Austin was a fugitive, being transported by a United States Marshal on that flight to Los Angeles?
I did learn that eventually, yes.
From the U.S. Marshal?
No, the Marshal died in the crash. Only 8 of us survived the crash. We landed in the water. If it weren't for her, I would have never made it to the shore. She tried to save the other 2, but they didn't.
Stop.
Miss Austin, please sit down.
This has nothing to do with anything.
I only have one question for you. Do you love the defendant?
Objection.
You open this door, Mr. Forrester. I'm going to allow it.
No, not anymore.
We know from just sitting here listening to that Jack's chatting absolute crap, isn't it? Let's be honest. From the moment he opened his mouth about the Marshal saying that he never spoken to him and he died in the crash, he was lying on the stand. We also know, which I don't really understand, they only think 6 people have survived this crash. Obviously, he's just said 8 of them. 2 of them would have died, I'm assuming, in their stories. We need more of this. What is actually happening? How many did survive, actually? 43? I should know this number by now. They say it quite often. But, yeah, he's just lied that whole way through. And I was going to say, no point in getting a bit of morals now, Jack, here at the very end of saying, yeah, I do love Kate. You've just told fibs all the way. You might as well just carry on. Also, I've always wondered, I'm not a religious guy, nor do I know anything about politics or like court systems or anything like that. Like, when they go in and say, do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth or help me God? Like, what if you don't believe in God or anything? Like, does that... You know what I'm saying? Like, I never really understand that. Like, put your hand on the Bible and swear. It's like, well, I don't follow anything, so like, what do I do? I don't know. I just thought it was interesting because not everybody follows the same religion.
Hey.
Just help me get Ben out.
I believe you know my roommate.
Fairly.
Hey, Kate. Oh, how's life at Casa de Claire? Baby Aaron keeping you up all night?
No, he's a good sleeper.
You are terrible at this, Freckles. At least be woman enough to tell me you want to use me for something.
I want to use you for something.
For what?
For Ben. I want you to help me bust him out.
Do you think I know what I'm doing? Do you regret following me out here? Are you worried about what we should do next?
All I know is I'd be a lot more worried if I was sitting on that beach. But I ain't so sure about it, Kate. I need your word you ain't gonna do nothing to her. She came to me about an hour ago. Said she wanted my help busting Ben out of your basement. Bruce Lee from the freighter, the guy you got locked up. He told her to bring Ben down to him for a chat.
No, that's impossible. She doesn't even know where Miles is.
What? The boathouse down by the dock?
Whatever Miles has to say to Ben, you can say to me.
Son of a bitch.
You know what I mean? I guess that, like, they just deterred him away from the house.
How about some privacy?
55 seconds.
You know who I work for?
Yes.
And I can tell me exactly where you are, or I can lie. And I'd be willing to do that for $3.2 million.
Arrange this meeting so you could blackmail me?
It's extortion, if you want to get technical.
What makes you think I have access to that kind of money?
Do not treat me like I'm one of them.
Your friend Charlotte has seen me. She knows I'm alive.
I'll take care of Charlotte. You just worry about getting me the money. Ooh, this is hot.
You got your meeting. Now I want my answer.
Your name is Catherine Ann Austin. You're wanted for murder, fraud, arson.
Yeah, that's what she wanted to hear.
Can't remember.
She wanted to hear that, but she didn't, if that makes sense.
If I were you, I'd stay right here.
Go back to your house, Kate.
This has nothing to do with you.
Go back to your house, Kate!
Hey, so he's gained a lot of trust from Locke, I reckon, here. Do you know what I mean? I actually do. Can we talk about absolute specifics? Why would you be asking for 3.2 million, yeah? Even Ben was like, why not 3.3? Why 3.4? Do you know what I mean? Why that specific number? Mate, don't speak to me like I'm dumb, like one of these people who don't know who you are. I know who you are and I know what you got access to. Mate, why are you exciting me here? What is going on? First of all, I totally forgot that Ben was the person that was employing Saeed to go around and kill people after, it looks like, this rescue. Well, if he's got access to millions, mate, why is he on this island? Do you know what I mean? Like, I was also thinking, and I didn't say this at the time, when Juliet got employed by, you know, Richard and that, in Portland, that base, that building, that facility that they went to with the gate, that come outside with the security outside, whose is it? Does Ben own that? Like, I was thinking that at the time. I was like, how have they got this headquarters and why is it so securityed up? Do you know what I mean? Like, what's going on? Who's funding it? Maybe it's him. Like, how's he got all this money? It's well interesting.
I didn't wake Aaron, did I?
No. Aaron was born on this island. He can sleep through anything.
I'd like a moment alone with Kate. Would you excuse us, please, Claire? I don't need to know why you did what you did, Kate.
Want to know maybe what was said.
What they said to each other.
Yeah, I knew that.
Miles told Ben that he would lie to the people he works for on the boat. Tell them that Ben was dead for $3.2 million.
You're not welcome here anymore. I want you gone by morning.
Oh, did a mum not die then that time that they seen each other?
You can have a few minutes of privacy.
I don't need any privacy.
You need to talk to her, Kate.
Was it true what he said?
That's your hero.
Why won't you talk to me?
Because, Mom, the last time I tried to talk to you, when I risked my life to see you, you screamed for help and called the police.
Please. I don't want to fight with you, Catherine. My doctors have given me 6 months to live for the last 4 years. Came here to tell you that I don't want to testify.
Then don't.
I want to see my grandson.
That's a compromise you've got to do, mate. See your grandson, don't get put away.
I don't want you anywhere near him. We're finished.
Look, I'm sorry I couldn't do nothing. I wanted him to think that he fooled me too. You're gonna be all right. I'll keep you safe.
I've said it so many times, but like, I would just be happy if these two ended up being together, because she's always flirting with Jack. It is easy to see though, Sawyer likes her more than she likes him.
Calling your boat all day. Why isn't anyone answering?
We're here, how should we know? There is another number that we're only supposed to use in emergency.
Yeah, calling it then, mate. Innit?
Regina, it's Charlotte. The people on the island want to talk to their friends, make sure they're all right. They left last night.
What do you mean they took off? I thought the helicopter was with you.
Well, these two look concerned, to be fair. See, the interesting thing is that they've kind of lost their people as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, so it's concerning for them as well. And it does look like, to be honest, from the first glance, that they was shocked as well as Jack. Do you know what I mean? Like, so that's interesting. But again, this guy, what's he called, Milkowski or something? I don't even know, but he seems to be the person in charge. And when that Miles was speaking to Ben, he was saying, do you know who I work for? And obviously it's that guy. And I was like, all right, it's not Penelope then. You know what I mean? He said he was willing to lie for him as well. So, I mean, it's interesting.
I don't know what you think you're doing, but you're wasting your mouth. Don't talk. Bite down, bite down.
Oh, he's slipping out.
Eventually, Miles, you're going to tell me who you are, and you're going to tell me about the people on the boat, and you're going to tell me why you're so interested in Ben.
Yo, that'd be well scary if you was that guy.
I learned something yesterday. No use having rules if there's no punishment for breaking them.
That's so scary.
No.
Come on.
I think she's pregnant.
Oh, what'd I say? You still think you might be pregnant?
I'm not worried. And I'm not pregnant. Would it have been the worst thing in the world?
Yes, it would have been the worst thing in the world.
I'm going back to the beach.
Saddening her look.
What, you're leaving? Because of this? That's that? Sit right here in my comfy bed. In about a week, you'll find some reason to get pissed at Jack and bounce right back to me.
I mean, he shouldn't have really said it, but he was speaking the truth.
My key witness spoke to her daughter yesterday, and now she's got cold feet.
Quit posturing, and let's get to it. No jail time. Kate Austin is a worldwide hero who saved 5 other people's lives after a plane crash.
Time served plus 10 years probation and agreement that she does not leave the state.
She can go anywhere.
I'll take it.
Mate, that is not even bad.
Give me something to sign and I'll sign it.
10 years probation, and you stay put.
That was all. Mate, that's the best deal that she could have got.
How did you know I'd be here?
Your lawyer gave me the heads up.
You know, Jack, I've heard you say that story so many times. I'm starting to think you believe it.
Just wanted to tell you that what I said in there, I didn't mean it.
You want to follow me?
I actually have to get over to the hospital. Maybe you and I could grab some coffee together or something.
I know why you don't want to see the baby, Jack. But until you do, until you want to, there's no you and me going for coffee.
To me, they've insinuated that the baby is Sawyer's then. Is he going to be like 3 years old?
Hey, Mommy. Hi, Aaron.
Wait, what? What? The fuck? Maybe they've had to only take a certain amount of people from the island. Claire's either sacrificed herself or sent him there so that he is okay. Very interesting, mate. It is fucking very interesting. I'll just go back to what I was just about to say when I thought that that was Sawyer's kid. And when Jack said that, you know, well, basically, I should go for coffee. And she was like, look, mate, I understand why you're upset, but until that you're willing to come and see me and my son, pretty much, then we won't really be going for coffee. And I was going to say, if I was Jack, I wouldn't ever go and see her and her son. And the reason would be, is because I thought it was Sawyer's. And not because I disliked Sawyer if I was Jack. It was because in that time period there where she would have got pregnant if it was Sawyer's, it was, do I want to be with Jack? Do I want to be with Sawyer? You know what I mean? And she wanted to be, I feel like she's always wanted to be with Jack, but she falls back on Sawyer. Even Sawyer said it in the episode today, he was like, look, mate, there'll be another day and another time next week when you go, you have a little fight with Jack and you become running back to me, and, you know, and you'll just use me pretty much. And it's that is kind of how it goes, you know. I'm not slagging that. What I'm saying is I would like them to be together. I can clearly see that Sawyer really does like her. Jack's 50-50 now in terms of, like, he's enjoying, obviously, Juliet's company because he doesn't really know where he stands with the Kate scenario. And I was going to say, if it was Sawyer's, now it's Jack, I was going to be like, look, mate, she could have picked either side. She went over there, slept with him, got pregnant, and then wanted to be with me. Nah, I'm not about that one. Do you know what I'm saying? But it's Aaron, which, again, I think is fascinating because we keep going on about this Oceanic 6 survivors, yeah? Now today, we was told 8. 2 clearly died from the 8 landed on the island to the 6 being rescued. And we don't even know who that is. First of all, it's one of the people that survived the crash. One of the people that have died when Jack went to the funeral and no one turned up. Because if that's the case, I don't get it. Because Kate's really popular, like, you know what I mean? The press is all over them, and then, like, everybody seems to know them. Do you know what I'm saying? So, like, and everybody knows Jack and that, and it's like, they're big, high profile, I wouldn't say celebrities, but let's just call it that because it's easy to understand what I'm talking about. If one's gonna die, you would think it would have coverage, and it's not. So I still don't know who's died, unless I've missed this information. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm okay at picking stuff up, and I do notice little things here and there, like 8 landed and only 6 have been picked up. But, like, sometimes I do miss key days, and it is hard. And I have only seen in the present Jack, Kate, Hurley. That is 3 people that was previously on the island that are now back in normal. So that means that there's 6 more. I don't know who they are. I'm assuming one's died. There's 2 more. It's not Claire. Clearly, she's got Aaron. Don't know how that's happened. They're clearly bullshitting everybody about this story and what's happened. Maybe the guy that was working with Naomi, who's trying to find Ben and all that on the island, when he asked Hurley, are they still alive? He might have been asking for them. He might have been asking for all of the other people that have not come. And I want to know is why they're all telling lies. And it goes back to the Hurley bit where he's speaking to Jack in the basketball court saying that if you come to check on me, that I'm still sane and I'm not going to start spreading it, you know what I mean, and telling them the truth. It's really interesting. I don't know the angle, don't know why, don't know the gender, don't know who decided to leave and who decided to stay. Can't wait to find out. Okay, that is going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. There's a lot of mysteriousness surrounding this season, if I'm being honest. With 4 episodes in, we don't really know, like, who is leading the charge, obviously, for this Daniel and, you know, Miles and Charlotte coming onto the island. Like, why is it that they've fully been sent there? Yeah, okay, they've gone to get Ben, but I feel like there's another hidden meaning as well. Why have they all got certain roles? And like I was saying last episode or the one before, I wouldn't say that these were the ideal team to send in for an extraction job, you know, on a deserted island that's pretty much impossible to find. Like, this wouldn't be the crew that you would choose, would it? So there's got to be a bigger reason, agenda for it. I don't really understand why it's so secretive and, you know, what they're actually doing there. I also am very interested in how the helicopter's not returned back yet. What's happened to Saeed? Desmond did actually get on a helicopter. We did not show him last episode. I understand that he was stood there and he was arguing, saying, when that sets off, I'm getting on it. But we didn't see him get on it. We seen Saeed sitting there looking out, do you know what I mean? Drifted over the water. He was chilling, but nothing else, you know. So they've clearly not made it back to the boat. They sounded concerned, like when he was speaking to them, why are you ringing on this private number? They was also concerned there on the island, Charlotte and Daniel, when they was on the phone. Jack obviously is fuming as well. It was interesting, this whole episode with the Kate backstory and explaining how she got off and not actually, you know, sent down. At first, I thought the 7 years, basically, that the lawyer proposed was a pretty good offer, if I'm being honest. Like, he was like, look, you know, they'll give you 15 years, but you'll probably do 7 years of time, and then obviously you'd be let out. Or you could challenge it and you could be potentially serving 20 years each for all of the things that you're currently being charged for. So in terms of 7 years, the thing is, if you was innocent, you would say no straight away. Do you know what I mean? No, I'm not having that. I'm not wasting 7 years of my life inside. But when you know that you are actually guilty of the charges and you have actually confessed to somebody and there's a witness willing to go into the court and obviously spill the beans, it's not looking great, is it? You're just hoping and trying to cling on to the celebrity so-called status, which they actually played against. You know what I mean? They tried to use that and utilize it with Jack coming in, sitting down, obviously lying completely out his ass in court after swearing to tell the truth. Now, it seems like he's keeping up his appearance, i.e., they've been saying this all over the news. They must have interviewed him loads of times. Kate was saying it at the end. You know, you start saying it. I've heard that a million times. At some point, people in real life, I don't know if you've met anybody that's done this, but like, you know something is a lie. You know it, they know it, but they tell it to somebody, and the more they tell it, the more they start believing that lie is actually real. I've seen it before. It happens. There is people in real life that continue with a lie consistently. It gets to a point where they start believing that lie is real. And that's what Kate was saying to him. She was like, look, mate, you said this so many times. I'm starting to think that you actually believe that, what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? Now, it's interesting because, like, we've been with their backstories. Well, future stories, I keep saying. Jack, I believe, with the beard at the end of season 3 was further in advance of what we're watching right now, and he was saying to Kate that he believes that they should not have left the island. Now, it's interesting because Hurley, when he was speaking to him, was saying that he's sorry for choosing Locke's side. So it's really interesting, you know what I mean? I need to see the more unravel. I've only just learned as well, actually, that this season's only got 14 episodes, so like, you know, episode 5 in a minute, it's literally crazy. Like, we're nearly getting to midway. 3 more episodes, like, midway through the season. This one's so fast. I don't understand why it's got so many short episodes. I'd be interested to know in the comments below if you actually know the actual reason. Was they considering maybe pulling the plug and this was the final season, but then it actually got a lot of views and it was like, do you know what? Boom me. Done better than we thought. We'll extend it. And then did they get 18 episode season and then a 20 or something? I'm not too, I know the next 2 seasons have got more episodes than this one, but really interesting to see how we've gone from, like, how many we had. Was it 25, 24, 23, 14? A big dip. Actually is a big dip, isn't it? And I think it's been pretty good so far, to be honest. I think it's full of mysteriousness. The guy's gone in, Miles, he's speaking to Ben, you know, after obviously Kate's extracted him, and he sat down, he's like, look, mate, I'll lie for you if you want. I'll say you're dead. I'll say you're not here. You know, I want $3.2 million, that exact specific number. I know you've got it. I want it in cash as well, you know. I know what you've done, where you've been, who you are. Yeah, I know that you know who my boss is, and I know what they're capable of, but I'll lie to them. I know that Charlotte knows that you're alive, but I'll take care of it. Don't worry about it. Just make sure you get the money in, I'll sort it. What's going on there, mate? Literally, what is going on? Can't wait to find out. Thanks for checking out today's episode. If you did enjoy it, please smash a like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.